Hello, everybody. It is, oh my God, June 25th today. And today is exactly 4 weeks since I had surgery back on May 28th, 2014, in Duluth, Minnesota, with Dr. Matthew Bettendorf. Um, so, numbers: high weight, 326.2, day of surgery, 302.4. Last week I was 288.5, and this week 286.6. So it is a 1.9 loss from last week and 39.6 from my highest. And from day of surgery, it's like 15 point something, um, which averages to just under 4 pounds a week. So I can't be too disappointed with that. Last week I was a little disheartened that the scale wasn't moving as fast as I thought it would, which seems to be a general theme among people that I've watched on YouTube around this time. Um, the four, 2, 3, 4, 5 week mark. So I think my body's finally adjusting to not getting as much food as it did prior to surgery, and adjusting to being off of my hydrochlorothiazide, which is like a water pill diuretic for blood pressure. Um, so I'm I'm okay with that. I'm better than I was, so I can't complain. What has happened this last week? Um, Still doing Zumba. I haven't really rode my bike this last week much because apparently Wisconsin's just going to skip over summer and we're just going to go right back into fall and winter. So it's been a little chilly here and rainy and wet and blah. So Michelle and I went out of town about 4 hours south in Wisconsin this last weekend. And so this was my first experience with eating out. Um, and I didn't do horrible, obviously. Um, I'm still working on the mental aspect of I don't need to eat to the point where I'm miserable. Like, that's not normal for people to do that. That's not a good thing to do that. Um, it's definitely a learning process, and I am doing better. So if that's one thing that I like about this tool, having the VSG surgery, is that if I forget or try to take too big of a bite, too big of a drink, it's almost like my body wants to eject it, but it just takes forever to go down. So, um, yeah, so I like that. A physical reminder that, hey, hold up, you don't need to rush through a meal, you don't need to stuff yourself beyond satisfaction. Um, yeah, so I'll just get right into it. The most interesting thing that I realized or that happened to me this weekend in La Crosse, Wisconsin was it was actually summer down there, and so Michelle and I did a lot of walking, and um, there's a ice cream shop with homemade ice cream, and I thought I'll just have a small scoop on a plain cake cone. At first I had picked what I got before surgery, and I thought, no, probably not a good idea. So I just asked Michelle if she would get me whatever they had sugar free, um, and whatever. So I got my little cone, and we proceeded to walk down by the river, and I got about halfway through and I didn't know what was wrong, but something just, I didn't feel right. And it wasn't my stomach necessarily. I just started sweating and was like, So I finished and I told Michelle, I'm like, we got to get back to the hotel. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I have to go to the bathroom. I don't know. Well, I started like panicking. My heart started pounding, and I'm like, what is the fastest way back to our hotel? I look like a crazy person. So I start booking it. She tells me that if I go through these bushes that I can get to our hotel. So I do, and she's got the hotel key to get in that side door. I grab it from her, and I'm fumbling about, and I'm dropping the key, and I'm panicking, and I'm telling her to hold the door because I got to get into the room, and she didn't know what to do. She's like, well, I don't know why you're freaking out. And I said, I'm not. So we get in the room, and I sit down on the bed, and I tell her, like, turn the air conditioning on. I just sat there for a minute. Did some deep breathing, tried to relax, and I'm just pouring sweat. And my heart is pounding, and then I started getting a little gassy. It's like, okay. A little more gassy. And then all of a sudden it was like, ooh, I gotta go. So I went into the bathroom and it was, sorry, TMI, but pure water from the back. And I'm assuming that is what dumping is. That's what my book says it is. I know dumping with VSG is not common, but it can happen. So I'm just going to throw it out there and say that I had an episode of dumping from a sugar-free ice cream cone. So I won't be trying ice cream for a while till my stomach or my sleeve is more healed, because that was miserable. So that was fine. We took a little nap, rested, decided, we'd go for dinner at this little tapas restaurant. I figured that'd be perfect. We could take our time, nibble on things, whatever. So we did. We went and we got like a cheese platter thing with different cheeses and pretzels and olives. And I nibbled on that, till I was satisfied. Not bad. Then we got fish tacos. And I ate some of the fish out of these mini little taco things. That felt okay. And I started getting like, I think I have to go to the bathroom again. So I went. This time there was a little more substance to it, and I was like, okay, just a normal thing, and came back to the table, and we were both, pretty full, but we wanted to try one more thing. So we got barbecue pulled pork sliders. They're just little mini, burgers, and I didn't have any of the bun. I just had the pulled pork from it. Went down fine. After that, we went for a walk again down by the river. I told Michelle, I'm like, ooh, something just, we need to get back. So about 45 minutes after we ate, and I took about 2.5 hours to nibble on all the stuff I mentioned. Everything that I had eaten at the tapas restaurant evacuated. Yeah, not pretty, did not feel good. So if I learned anything this week, it's that I'm still learning. This is a whole learning process. Sorry for my shirt, I did Zumba tonight. My appearance, but yeah, it's definitely a learning process. I go see the nurse practitioner from the general surgery department and the dietitian on Monday, along with my psychologist. So I'll have more to update next week, but that is what I learned and what I experienced this week. So the saga continues, the learning continues, and I just am very grateful